Greetings, sports fans. ASMR Sports here. I'm holding the camera up here because I want to just get a shot of all this stuff and actually have more over here. So I'm going to put the camera down now. Actually, I wonder if I can raise this up. Yeah, here we go. Boom, that's what I want. Alright, so I continue to find it very difficult to open any kind of unopened stuff because of the crazy values of all that stuff. Maybe there'll be a nice market crash and I'll start feeling comfortable opening things again. But also, the other reason I don't like opening things these days is PSA just changed their pricing and like basically doubled, almost doubled, like 80%. Increased the price on just about everything. So, like, I don't know, opening cards is, now kind of synonymous with having to grade them if they're good. And although, boy, I've had some bad luck pulling like decent condition cards out of newer products, but in any event, my desire to grade most things is very diminished. I did just send in the day before this price hike. I sent in like almost 300 cards to PSA that were all bulk/value submissions. So those will take 15 years to get back, but I didn't have to pay the increased price, thank God. Alright, anyways, today we've got I have these two boxes here. One of them is very full, the other is not so full. And these are all a bunch of like kind of miscellaneous boxed sets, most of which I picked up in a single purchase from a guy at a local card show who had them, and I was looking at them just kind of out of curiosity. And he's a guy who I strike deals with fairly often. He frequently has just like some miscellaneous unopened stuff, and I'm usually a buyer of that kind of thing. So I'll sort of say, I want that, and that. What's your price? And he'll give me a pretty good deal. So I've gotten some good deals from him that way. Anyways, one time he had all these box sets, and they kind of, there's good cards in here, but with box sets, like, you never know what kind of shape the things are in. So this one, I'm pretty sure this is the one. Actually, maybe this isn't the one. I know I did a video of like a Sports Flicks set quite a while ago. Well, not quite, it was in the last year. And that might have been the Rookies one. This is Decade Greats. So, I'm not going to go through that. I'm not really going to go through like all of these sets. I just kind of want to talk about them. And maybe for the first few, I'll sort of open them up. See what the inners look like. A very few number of these are sealed like this one. So you see it says $20 a set. I did not pay. I probably paid like half the price marked, or actually way less, on a lot of these, because the guy just wanted to get rid of them. This is a 1991 Upper Deck Final Edition. This is actually the 1991 Upper Deck set is the one that's the low number set has that Michael Jordan rookie card where he's in the White Sox uniform. And unopened boxes of that stuff. I haven't checked in the last like week or two, or maybe a week and a half, but they were going for $125 pretty steady a couple of weeks ago. nuts over everything, like Jordan. The graded copies of that card, that Jordan card, are going for like crazy money, or they were back then. I don't know how quickly things change these days. I mean, I know they change quickly. I don't know which direction sometimes. So, anyways, this is the sort of kind of rookie and traded add-on to that set. And the big card in here is Pedro Martinez rookie. I feel like I saw some of his stuff is going up in value because I think, people are getting interested in the greats. Alright, Score Masters. Sets is kind of like almost like a Diamond King type set. The cards feature like these drawings or paintings, I don't know what they are. And this does not want to open very easily, so I'm not going to get in there, but that may not have ever been opened. These are pretty cheap. You can get these for like $1. Now this is the first like real set in here. This is 86 Fleer update, and they made these every year. Starting in 1984 was the first one. That one is super valuable because it's got Roger Clemens, Kirby Puckett, a few others. And that was very short printed. So those are very valuable. These 86 ones, which I'll open up here. This one says $30 on it. These have the Barry Bonds rookie, and you can see that first card is kind of got a little ding in it, but other than that, it's look pretty fresh. So let's go ahead and take these out. Take a look-see, huh? Just hope I can get these back in here in one piece. Oh God, what the hell am I doing? Alright, well, great, now they're going to be out of order. See, so I didn't want to take anything out. Dang it, you guys. Alright, here's a bunch of stickers. There's that card with the ding in it. This set would have been pretty hot stuff back in 86, 87, 88. Got a lot of the hottest rookies of the day in here, including Jose Canseco. Bam. These actually look pretty fresh. They very well may not have been gone through, but they're all out of centering's pretty crappy, so that's actually pretty nice condition right there. Solid PSA 8. So that's pretty cool. That's a fun looking card. Guys like Pete Incaviglia, Andy Allenson, all the guys that had like rookie cup cards in 87 tops, or Donruss rated rookies in 87 Donruss. Andy Allenson. Michael Andretti was a big name there for a minute. Galarraga was a big rookie. This one's actually looking pretty nice. Still a little bit off center. Y'all know Terry Francona. Very prominent manager these days. Yeah, looking at these sets really brings back the memories. Doug Drabeck was a pretty good pitcher for a few years there. Rob Deere, big power hitter. Will Clark was a big one. Obviously had a pretty dang good career. Was a huge star back in his day. There's Pete Incaviglia. So basically, the guys in here, are the same as in the top set, except there is no these in order. Huh. Well, I flipped over. There's number 1, 3, and then 22. I forget what the hell order these are in. Okay, so that's gonna go in there. But 112, 40K. This is like blowing my mind. I don't know what. It's weird. Whatever. I guess I'll just put them back not in order. But one glaring omission from this set is Bo Jackson is not in here. He was in the 86 Donruss rookies and the 86 Topps traded, the latter of which I have a box of in that one other tray. Kevin Mitchell was a huge, huge rookie. Although not when this came out, but like in 87, I think he had his breakout year. And, put up a number of seasons with like 40 plus home runs, which in this era was like pretty nuts. I mean, that was pretty rare. I kind of want to not turn these over unless we get a start. Ruben Sierra was a big rookie. That guy had a pretty long career. He played with the Yankees for like a year, or part of a year. Toward the end of his career. Still had a real nice swing back then. Steve Yeager looking like 150 years old, and then actually doesn't look that old, but I mean, look at that career. My goodness, started in 67. Working on his like 20th year in pro ball right there. Bobby Witt, his son, is a big prospect, one of the top like 10 prospects in baseball right now. Mitch Williams, of course, the wild thing. A lot of Thompsons there. Just realized these are in alphabetical order. Sort of. Yeah, Aldretti is number 1. Alright, let's get these last few cards out of here. Rick Cerone. Mike Lavalier was kind of a prospect. Well, I wouldn't say a prospect, but he was like John Krug rookie. Wally Joyner. Yeah, that's who I forgot. Wally Joyner. Fantastic. Okay, there we have it. So, going to slide these back in. Forgot the Andres Thomas. There you go. So that's a complete set of 86 Flair update. Very cool. And then this is like some crazy, I don't know what this is, but I forget what brand. But this is a set that has a subset in it, these like acetate looking ones. And these all have like clear protectors. This one's kind of coming off so you can see. But they all have the protectors, so that's kind of cool. Vlad Guerrero Sr. right there. I feel like there's a Griffy Jr. in here. No, but there's an A-Rod. I think this is a 96 product. Let's see. No, it'd be 97. Ruben Rivera, the Yankees. Andy Pettit. So, Chipper Jones. Oh, gee, there's the one you want. Pretty cool. So these future impact are all like sort of young, up and coming guys. So that's actually a pretty cool card. I don't know if it has any value. I kind of doubt it. But, oh, this is UD3 Upper Deck. Some, like, fancy, super premium product of theirs. There's the Griff. And, I don't know, some promotion. Set, very premium feel to it. Probably very little value, although who knows, anything, you know, speaking of great, anything PSA 10, the 90s, you know, a major player seems to have a little bit of value at least. Alright, I'm gonna get that other. So I don't know how in depth we'll go here, I just want to kind of go through this. In the back here we got, this is the, high number series from Upper Deck. Honestly, almost nothing in there. This is the stuff that comes in the high number boxes that you don't have any interest in. All they do is take up space and possibilities for Ken Griffey Jr. Rookies. Okay, so maybe this is the one that I opened before. So this is the 86 Sportflex Rookies. Yeah, I think this is the one I opened before, that's why things are kind of drowned in here. Not gonna bother with that. Looks difficult to get back in, so. But you got the whole checklist down there, so you don't even need to go in, but you know, just like that Fleer set, it's got Will Clark, Canseco, Sierra. This is a few that are not in 86 Fleer. Galarraga. Larkin. Bonds. So pretty cool. So this one, 89 Major League debut is the one that looks like 1990 Topps design, but it's, you know, 89 players. Golly, look at that, just ripped to hell. Why does this look so yellow? Oh, because it's the backs. So this has in it, I believe, a Griffy Rookie. You know, that looks, it's an 89 card, so it's a rookie, but it looks like, oh man, I got a bad feeling I'm never going to get these back in here. So, the Griffey out of here may have some value, particularly if it, you know, is in gym condition. So it's a bunch of guys that made their debut in it. It's kind of a cool idea for a set that kind of, you know, do this in the update flagship top sets these days. They have a series of cards that are rookie debut cards, and they have the date of their rookie debut on it. But those are like totally valueless. Well, okay, not totally, but they're much less valuable than just the base cards of those players. Jerome Walton, man, does that bring back some memories. He was, everybody wanted his cards for a couple months there back in 89. Until they realized he sucks. Sammy Sosa, it's kind of a cool card in his Rangers. Not a ton of cards showing him in his Rangers jersey, because his cards are in 1990, and by that time he had been traded to the White Sox. And even on here, they got his White Sox stats from '89, so most of his rookie cards have him in his White Sox jersey. Dwight Smith was another guy Hobby went kind of bonkers for. I mean, him and Jerome Walton were kind of two peas in a pod back in the heady days of 1989. Dion Sanders, another hot one. Wow, a lot of no-namers in here. So these are all, like, you know, true rookies. They made their debuts in '89. Wow, he looks super young. Kevin Mott. Hensley Mullins, wow. Wow, I didn't know he was signed in '85. It's kind of funny how long he must have been floating around in the minors there. You know, but you never really heard of the guy until about '89. Mcdonald. Yeah, that was another guy who was like a can't-miss prospect who definitely missed. Dave Justice, not bad. Clyde Hill was a decent little hitter for the Jays back in the day. Chip Hale, Mark Guthrie, Marquise Grissom was. So there's the one you want. Dang. Corners look pretty solid, except this bottom left one. Although, I don't know, I'd have to look at that under magnification to tell. I can't quite tell if that's actually just a white from the pattern or if it's got something wrong with it, but it's off center left to right, so not a gem in by any stretch. Maybe it's a 9. That's pretty off center on the back. I don't know. That usually matters less, but Juan Gonzalez, Joe Girardi, how about that? Well, we're seeing a lot of manager rookie cards today, aren't we? So that's fun. I've never actually owned one of those Griffys, so I've never really kind of held one in my hands until now. So many no-namers in here. Oh, just goes to show you, like, you know, of all the guys that make their debut in a year, like a very small number are going to be any good. Joey Bell had a decent little career. Da-da-da. Okay, dookie. There you have it, Jim Abbott. Take a look at Jim Abbott, former Yankee. Very nice. That's cool. I've never seen one of these sets before in person, so I'm always excited to get my hands on something like that. Especially because, you know, that Griffy card I've certainly seen pictures of, and I know it's a popular card. Now I'm worried I'm never going to get these farking things back in, but oh, actually, okay, it wasn't that hard at all, was it? No. This guy right there. And see if we can get this in one piece. Okay, there you have it. So the only other set I have that's sealed is this guy, and I'm not actually sure who is in this at all. This is 93 Topps Traded. Let me just see if I have a baseball packet. Alright, I do. So which I have quite a stockpile of. All right, so we got 1993 Topps traded. There it is. Right down here. I'll zoom it in for you. So, let's see. We got excuse me. We got only 4 listed cards. Barry Bonds base. So that was his maybe Giants. The year he went to the Giants. Todd Helton rookie card USA. $6. Yeah, not worth $6. Mike Piazza, not a rookie card, and Greg Maddux went from the Cubs to the Braves, I presume then. So yeah, not a lot in there. And there's the Piazza. Oh, that was when we went to the Dodgers, I guess. All right, well, definitely not opening that one. I'm gonna keep it out. So, what I noticed about this collection is it's kind of a series run, but the biggest one is missing, which is 82, which has the kind of I don't know what you want to call it, the most valuable rookie of Cal Ripken Jr. He has an 82 Topps card, but it's in the regular set, but it's shared with 2 other no-name prospects, and the card he has in the 82 Topps traded is just him, so that's much more valuable and sought after. So we've got 90 or 81 there, and the boxes on these all look identical from year to year. And Topps never sealed these in any way; they never taped them. So the only way you can be sure you're getting something that's not been tampered with is if you have a wrapped box by somebody like BBCE, Baseball Card Exchange. There's one other place I know that does it, and that would be if they, were sent a sealed case and they could confirm that it was sealed and that the boxes in it therefore have not been touched by human hands, and or at least after packing, and then they'll wrap it up and indicate as much on the wrapper. So 82 is gone. Here's 83. You can kind of get a sense of the relative value. So like 81 is pretty crap. I think there might be like a Tim Raines rookie or something in there, but pretty low rent stuff. 83 has Darryl Strawberry rookie in it, and I think that's kind of it. I mean, there's some minor ones, but back in the day that was a super huge card. It's one of those cards that maintains a little bit of value, at least in high grade, just because a lot of people remember it. So that one's $40 a set. Then we go to 84. I'm not sure who is in here, but I'm pretty sure it's funny, Dakota Clinic Pharmacy. So Dakota Clinic doesn't exist anymore in my hometown. It's kind of crazy that they sold like these sets. I've only ever seen like in hobby shops, back in the late 80s. I never saw them sold at like Kmart's or stores like that had cards, so it's kind of crazy. I would bet, in fact, I'm pretty sure I know how this happened. I bet I know like a guy who like worked there or something, maybe convinced him to sell cards. But in any event, this is 84, so this is only marked at $24. I really don't think there's much of anything in there. 85 is kind of the same, it's got a cool looking Ricky Henderson with his Yankees jersey on after he left the A's for the first time. But yeah, $10, really. That's there. 86 is probably the most valuable set of the ones I have. It's gone up a fair bit in value recently, just because the Barry Bonds in here is getting to be one of those cards that, you know, is getting hyped up like everything else. So, as you can see that from the tape here, these did come taped by Topps, but so these look pretty kind of, you know, minty. I mean, they're in the original sorted order. This is a great set to look at. You know, it's got that Bo Jackson rookie, it's got the Barry Bonds rookie, and they all look like that. You know, they have that classic '86 Topps design that just looks fantastic with these rookies. Alright, so I'm missing an 87, which doesn't really have anything in it. I think there's a Maddox rookie in there. And then there's, like, you know, a bunch of guys that used to be really hot back in the day. I remember back in 87 and 88, you know, that thing was like super nice and had lots of stuff you wanted in it, but now not so much. So 88 doesn't really have much of anything in it. This is another one where, like, back in the day, I mean, this thing was like stupid hot, but none of the rookies really panned out in this, so. This is interesting. So this is marked 30. It doesn't have a checklist. It's 99. Pat Burrell, huh? These are gonna be. I'm gonna pull these out. I'm kind of interested. I don't know if I'm gonna go through all of them, but I'm gonna have a look-see. So these cards are definitely kind of they stick together a little bit. Not so bad in these sets, but in general. So like, here's a block. Gosh, I think it's like Alfonso Soriano has a rookie card in here that, you know, when he was playing with the Yankees and was super hot prospect, was a major good card to have. Just so many garbage players in here. No offense if you're in this set, but these are in really nice condition for the most part. Maybe that sticking together, that slight stick is like keeping the surfaces nice and fresh. It does make it really hard to go through these though. Aguilera. And he had quite a long career, didn't he? Look at that. That's right, he was with the Twins. I forgot about that, but I kind of remember him from, you know, from the Mets 80s. Almost like dream teams that they had back in the day. Dale Strawberry, Dwight Gooden, Gary Carter in the kind of twilight of his career. They would have had a young Kevin Mitchell back then as well. Brett Boone, brother of Aaron Boone, son of Bob Boone. Eric Davis. Gosh, he passed away, I think, like quite a while ago, I recall. And, boy, he was such a good player. The early part of his career, I mean, he had a decently long career. Look at that, jeez. I bet he retired, like, pretty soon after this. But, you know, look at the numbers, like, right there. He had, you know, between like years there. And then also in that range, that 86 season, look at that. 80 stolen bases. Can you imagine anybody hitting 80 stolen, or stealing 180 stolen bases these days and hitting 27 home runs? I mean, Jesus, they would be like the hottest player on earth. But, you know, this is back when, I mean, that year, 86, was when, you know, Vince Coleman was stealing like 100 bases, right? So it just was a much more prodigious time for base stealing than these days, when it's just not seen, I think, worth the risk. There's a Canseco with the Rays. Nice. Move on, yeah. A lot of these guys, you know, with teams that people don't recognize them with. Move on, of course, started with the Red Sox. Paul Canseco. Who's still pretty young. This one's like a second or third year card, I think. David Wells threw a no-hitter for the Yankees. Actually, he threw a perfect game, I think that was, yeah. Carl Crawford, this was a big card at one point. You know, not so much anymore. So Jay Gerke is a local. It's funny, I didn't know he was going to be in the set, but I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Jay Gerke. I think he pitched, gosh, like, you know, very sporadically, if at all, in the bigs. I don't actually think he made it up, but look at that. Hometown, Fargo, North Dakota. So I actually played with Jay Gerke. He was on my team when I was in, gosh, I don't know, I was in like maybe like 9th or 10th grade or something like that. And it's funny because when I played with him, he was, you know, he was sort of an awkward athlete. You know, he definitely like had a build of an, although, you know, not really. Like at that point he was so young, he just was, you know, like a skinny kid like everybody else. And he didn't, I remember he was not very like, I don't know, just like, I mean, I remember he threw pretty hard, but like just didn't strike you as like a super coordinated, you know, gifted athlete. And obviously, you know, he I think, you know, probably had a growth spurt or something and filled out, and, you know, probably worked on his game a lot, and became a, you know, an elite level professional baseball player, #1 in the supplemental draft there. So kind of cool. I think he played for where was it? I feel like Stanford he went to. Pepperdine, okay. I knew it was somewhere in like California. Pepperdine, yeah. So anyways, that's my one of only 2 major leaguers that I've played with. The other guy I played with after his major league career, so if I ever get a card of him, I'll tell you a bit about that. Didn't think we'd be going on a Jay Gerke tangent here. Oh, well, there you go. There's, you know, for a time this was probably the biggest card by far in here. Josh Hamilton, you know, of course, megastar for a good run of years, but ultimately he really ran into some trouble with his substance abuse problems, and ultimately forced him to retire. He also had an instance where a tragedy struck. He He was playing a game like in the outfield. I think he was in left field or something. And, you know, he had a ball, and it was the end of the inning, so he threw it up to a fan. And the fan tried to catch it, but he couldn't reach it, and he was on a railing, and he fell over the railing, and it was quite a ways down, and that guy ended up dying. And, you know, Josh Hamilton, you know, found out about that because it was big news. And I think it really, you know, had a really negative impact on him. Okay, anyways, Alfonso Soriano, there you go. Yeah, that would have been a super sweet card for. I mean, this set was at one point an amazing set with that Josh Hamilton, Alfonso Soriano. I'm sure Pat Burrell was at some point, you know, a big ticket. And I forget who else we had. Gosh, who did we? Oh man, I'm never gonna find it. There was somebody else who was stupid good at one point. Stupid hot, anyways. And these cards are in beautiful condition. Corners, edges, centering, man, amazing. If this was like 1999, I'd be kicking some butt here, but it's not. And this set is worth about $5. Stack, and we're gonna put this one in the box. Oh man, I can't believe it's been 42 minutes that I've been doing this video. So I'm gonna try to wrap up pretty quick. I gotta get to bed here. Chew Freeman. Okay, so put this back in. That was fun. That was fun. This is some fun stuff right here, this set. Very cool. So 89 we did not get to. This one has a nice big tear in it. But this has the Griffy Rookie, which is not really worth a whole lot. It's one of his lesser rookies. But still kind of cool. I would bet there's a Randy Johnson in here too. And you know, anybody else who was a rookie in 89? Ramon Martinez. Alright, well there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that little walk down box set memory lane. I hope everybody's doing well. Sorry I haven't been able to make many videos. It's just been crazy busy this whole past weekend. I spent jamming through these PSA orders that I sent in. Like I had, you know, so I sent in 300 cards. I probably, you know, a small chunk of those I had prepared already, but most of them I got, you know, by going through probably like 1,000 or 1,500 cards and looking for, you know, what I wanted to send in, and then I had to, you know, prepare the orders, which means going on PSA's website and filling out an order thing, and you have to list every card, and you have to search in their database, and that was like not working very well because I think there was a lot of people doing the same thing. So anyway, it took until about like 5 p.m. on Sunday evening, and I started Friday night working on this. I mean, I didn't do it the whole entire weekend, but probably like 75% of it. So yeah, that took forever, and that was kind of, you know, a weekend where I had otherwise would have had some time. But other than that, just been super busy with work, and haven't had a chance to make a lot of videos. So hope everybody's doing well. We will see you all soon. Have a great one, and happy collecting. Oh, by the way, amazing. There are spring training games on now. So that's exciting. I always, you know, it's funny, I didn't even realize that until I was looking at Major League Baseball's website like yesterday night, and they had scores on there. I was like, what the hell? So anyways, that's fun. Check that out if you haven't already. It's just it's a blessing to see live baseball, and they have small crowds at these things since they're outdoors, and They're in warm weather, so that's like fun. They're not full capacity by any stretch, but they do have fans, and there's